What's going on, everybody? Welcome to today's video. Reacting to the best value amp modeler on the planet by the Studio Rats. So what's going on, everybody? Today we're going to be reacting to the best value amp modeler on the planet by the Studio Rats. As always, if you haven't already, go ahead and give the Studio Rats a sub. I've included the original link for the original video in the description down below. Please go ahead and click on the original video and give the original video a like. And on this video, my video, leave a comment on what you'd like to see me react to next, and let us be getting to it. That's some tone. There's some tone there.
Hi, I'm Paul from the Studio Rats. Right, this is not a sponsored video today, so I don't want anybody thinking that I'm getting paid for this. This is me just getting very excited about a piece of equipment that we've recently got, and I think this thing is possibly the best value modeler that you can get. This is the Fractal Audio FM3. Now, when I say best value, this is not the cheapest modeler, so don't expect this to be cheap. But the sounds you can get out of this compared to a lot of other modelers and even other modelers around the same sort of price and more expensive, I think this does 50 times better.
In that intro video, he was playing some other type of super strat that it wasn't a Fender at all, that had a humbucker in the bridge. There was some serious tone going on in that. I'm not that really versed in the fractal stuff at all. I know it exists. I know it's out there. I know it's quite expensive and just not the stuff that I've really delved into. That's why I kind of wanted to watch this video and do a reaction to it. You know, Studio Rats always usually do a good job. So, I don't know. Let's see. It's just like he said, though. It's not the cheapest, just what he thinks is the best value based on what you're getting for that price point. But that by no means means the cheapest.
So as I said, this is the Fractal Audio FM3. The reason James and I bought this is because we're going to start to create some more packs for fractal gear, things like the XFX3 and the FM3 and the FM9. Now the FM3 is the baby of the fractal range, and it's a baby because it has the least amount of processing between the FM3, the FM9 and the XFX3. Now, just because this is the baby, don't think that this doesn't do all of the great tones that the XFX3 does, because it does. This currently retails, I think, for about £1,050, which isn't a small amount of money, agreed. But when you're looking at something like the...
What's that, like 1,500, 1,300 US? Just under $2,000 Canadian? I don't know. I'm trying to do the conversion from the way I remember it off my head. I don't really know what British pounds are to US dollars or Canadian dollars at all. I don't know. The reason I always go back between the US dollar and Canadian dollars, because I'm right on the US and Canada border. I work on one side and live on the other, and shop sometimes on both.
Line 6 Helix or the Quad Cortex. The Quad Cortex is actually more expensive. I think this is far better value.
Yeah, that's pretty gnarly. okay, that was pretty freaking gnarly. That was some good tone. That was some really good tone. Although NAMM's still doing pretty well on its own too, and like I always say, there's a lot more inexpensive units that you can just grab, throw NAMM on there, and Bob's your uncle, but that was impressive.
First of all, this is built for gigging. I think if you look at something like the Quad Cortex, it looks fantastic and it has loads of functions on it. It has the capture capability as well. But because of the actual construction of the unit and the big touchscreen that's on it, I don't think it's that practical for live use. But the FM3 is so rugged, it's just built for gigging. Now, as I said, James and I bought the FM3 to create a bunch of patches for it. And what I've done here is I've created the first FM3 pack, which is going to be available on our website. And I'll leave a link in the video description if you're interested in going to check it out. But what I've done here is I've created 8 scenes or 8 different tones inside the FM3. Now, the FM3, like all Fractal gear, it's not the easiest to program, but luckily you can download FM3 Edit, which is I
was just about to ask that, because I think I remember, and correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, like I say, I don't know that much about the Fractal stuff, that somebody said that programming it was really difficult and there wasn't a software interface for doing it. And anybody that watches any of my stuff and my reviews of the pedals and the effects units that I do, I love the software editor. It's so much easier to really dig in and build your patch with the software editor and then make adjustments as you go. Yes, everything that you can do with the software editor, you can do on the pedal itself, but it's just so much more easier and you just have so much more visibility when you have something like this. So again, correct me if I'm wrong with saying that, the normal Axe effects stuff doesn't actually have a software interface for it. I don't know. I think I heard somebody say it before. And yes, I do remember everyone saying that programming it and tweaking it it's not fun.
FM3 editor that Fractal have created, and it just makes it an absolute breeze to program.
Okay, that's a nice reverb clean tone. That's nice. I gotta say, I'm really impressed with the tones that I've been hearing so far. Yeah, the Fractal stuff is big and has a name for a reason. The amp models sound good. The effects sound freaking brilliant. I kind of thought that line 6 was up there at number 1 for when it comes to effects in their modelers / multi-effects units. I think Fractal might have a good run for its money going on there, man. That clean patch sounded fantastic.
Now, the way that Fractal works is that you create scenes inside of a patch. Very similar to the Quad Cortex, where what you can do is to set up loads of different tones and then have those tones almost like presets within a preset, and it just makes it a breeze to use. And because the FM3 is so powerful, you can create some absolutely amazing tones from it. So let's have a look at some of the tones. Now, the first one is Swart Clean. Now, Swart is a high-end boutique amp manufacturer that make these really fantastic boutique tweed style amps. And the Swart inside the FM3, I think, is absolutely brilliant. The great thing about all of the amps inside the FM3 and all Fractal gear is that they are so dynamic, so responsive. And if you're used to playing amplifiers, the Fractal stuff just feels the most amp-like when you're playing through it. have a look how the FM3 works. Now, if I click on this amp block here, you'll see down here we've got this thing called channels. Now, what you can do is to load 4 different amplifiers into 4 different channels, so A, B, C, and D. So in channel A, I've got this nuclear tone, which is the SWAT amp. In channel B, I've got a high power amp. In channel C, I've got a JCM 800. And in channel D, one of my favourite amps is the divided by 13 CJ. Now, what you can do is to choose different scenes and put different amplifiers in those scenes. So it actually ends up like a 4-channel amplifier. Now, if you've got something like the Axe-Fx 3, you can have 2 separate amplifiers. So you can basically load up 8 different tones and then combine them in parallel, in series, etc. And it just sounds absolutely fantastic.
A lot of modelers and multi-effects units are doing that, you know, patches and scenes. That's nothing revolutionary. I don't know, maybe they were one of the first ones to do it and all the other units got it from there. I'm not exactly sure, but yeah, that's, you know, my Valatin has that, although I prefer to keep things in like a stomp box mode type of thing because, you know, old school.
Now, without a doubt, my favourite thing inside the Axe-Fx 3 is something called Plex Delay. Now, for me, this is the ultimate modulated reverb effect, and it sounds like this.
Okay. That's nice. Now, don't get me wrong, that is nice, but that sounds just like a delay with like a plate reverb going on at the same time, pretty much. But it does sound good. Yeah, I'm really impressed with the time-based effects and the modulations and, you know, the reverbs, the choruses, and all that sort of stuff that he's got going on from that FM3. Again, you know, I've never really sat down and really spent any time listening to any of the tones soloed out and anything really in-depth with the fractal gear, but this is quite eye-opening. It's a little expensive, though, but it's sounding like it's definitely worth it.
And if I switch over to a different scene, we've got the same type of effect on an overdrive tone. Now, as I said, this is not a sponsored video. I honestly believe that if you're looking to buy a modeler and you've got around about the sort of £1,000, $1,000 to spend, I personally don't think you can do any better than the FM3. Now, if you're looking for the ultimate modeler, I would go and recommend the Axe-Fx 3. But if you're on more of a budget, and I know still this is a lot of money, I don't think you can do better than this. Anyway, I'll leave all the details for the Fractal FM3 in the notes below, and if you want to go and check out our preset pack and you have got an FM3, you can go and do that there, and I'll leave a link that will take you straight to the download page. Anyway, really hope you guys got something out of this. If you did get something out of it, don't forget to like and subscribe, click on the bell button, and you'll be notified of any future video that comes out from the Studio Rats. I'm Paul, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.
All right, so that was reacting to the best value amp modeler on the planet by the Studio Rats. As always, if you haven't already, please go and give the Studio Rats a sub. I've included the link for the original video down in the description below. Please go and click on the original video and give it a like. And on this video, my video, Leave a comment on what you'd like to see me reacting to next. Thanks for checking out this video. If you like what you saw, please subscribe, click the notification bell, like, comment, and share. It doesn't cost a thing and would really help out the channel. Also, please subscribe to my other channel, GK Mac Music, for some live looping live streams with a side of jackassery, some original music, and some short content, also with a side of jackassery. If you'd like to help out the channel financially, you can buy some merch at the merch store, or you can become a channel member. As always, everyone, thanks so much for your continued support. Do what makes you happy.